All right, here's the ID problem. As you can see, I wrote cubes down the side of my paper. For C, we're going to look for the numbers with the units, Make sure you got the units so you can put your one chart correctly. All right, which of the following is an equivalent rate to running 6 miles in 120 minutes? 6 miles in 120 minutes. All right, so I've got my two numbers with 2 units, check. Now I'm going to underline the entire thing as the question. And of course, I'm going to box keywords that can help me organize my one chart better and figure out what am I solving for? Which of the following is an equivalent rate? Oh, okay, so that means it's a proportion. And I'm definitely going to have to make a one chart because I saw the word rate. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make that one chart since there are no more keywords. I should basically know what to do by now, right? I know that my units, in the order I saw them in the question, were miles first, and then minutes. And I know they were 6 miles in 120 minutes. Wait a second, to fill out a one chart, don't I need another number so I can cross multiply, divide? Oof, okay, let's take a look at the answer choices to see what I could do. Let's see, this one says running 1 mile in 0.2 minutes, running 1 mile in 200 minutes, running 6 miles, and running 1 mile. Okay, maybe I can use those numbers for miles to figure out if the second number is going to be true when I plug it in. Well, I know that if I put 1 for mile here, then honestly, I can probably knock out at least 2 answer choices depending on what the correct answer ends up being. So let's go ahead and put 1 mile there, just like my answer choices say, so I can test out each answer choice. All right. I also know that when I have a 1, it's always a unit rate. So I'm going to go ahead and write that next to answer choice A. Unit rate. There you go. If I find the unit rate, I can knock out at least 2 answer choices. I hope one of them's correct. Let's start by cross multiplying. Well, I know 120 times 1 is 1, of course. So it's going to be 120. And then I divide by 6. 6 can't go into 1, but 6 goes into 12 2 times. 6 times 2 is 12, equals 0 when you subtract. Bring down the 0. 6 goes into 0 0 times, which means 20 becomes my answer. So what is this one chart saying? Well, if I read this rate, it says that you can go 1 mile in 20 minutes. All right, let's see if any of my answer choices look like that. A says 1 mile in 2/10 of a minute. Oh, we know that they were trying to trick us there to see if we put the decimal in the wrong place. Nope. Also, wouldn't that be kind of crazy? Running 1 mile in less than a minute? That's probably not true. Let's look at B. Running 1 mile in 200 minutes. Okay, that's probably a really slow mile. Think about it. That's more than 3 hours. Also, they're trying to trick us with place value. C says running 6 miles in 60 minutes. I don't know how true that is, so let me wait to cross it out later. And D says running 1 mile in 20 minutes. Boom, that's exactly the answer we got when we solved our one chart for unit rate. But let's just make sure that C isn't correct, all right? So let's see. If I reduce running 6 miles in 60 minutes and try to find the unit rate of that, it should be the same as 1 mile in 20 minutes if the answer is true. So let's just check it out and see if it's going to give us an equivalent rate. So I've got miles, I've got minutes. I'm going to write answer choice C right here so I don't get my work mixed up. All right. Okay, so I know that basically I'm looking for the minutes for 1 mile, just like I was doing here, so I can compare. All right, let's see what we get for this when we cross multiply and divide. 60 times 1, of course, is going to be 60. And you're going to divide that by 6. Oh, that's pretty easy. 6 goes into 6 goes into 6 one time. 6 times 6 is 6, and you get 0. 6 goes into 0 0 times, and you get 10. So the answer for C would actually be 1 mile in 10 minutes. Well, let's look at our question. We're looking for an equivalent rate, right? Well, for sure, those things are not going to be equivalent. because someone who runs 1 mile in 20 minutes is slower than someone who runs 1 mile in 10 minutes.